that two Dugga Duggas or one Dugga Dugga? Dugga Duggas. It's a cardo. Oh, I'm not wearing sunglasses again. What's going on? You already know what's going on. It's Styles the Prophet. I almost introduced myself as 4G Audio Podcast.
It would be the first time.
I did that before. Making this all happen. It's fucking Jonesy in the house.
Yeah, what up?
And
What's going on, Jersey?
woo, we got B-Show on the other side of the screen.
What's going on, everybody?
Happy
Gang.
Friday.
Yeah. But tonight, all the way from Dreamland, we got Hevve in the house.
Hey.
Yeah, man. Thanks
Gang,
for coming
gang.
out, bro.
Thank you guys. How y'all
Yeah,
doing
man.
tonight?
Good.
Very well,
Very
man.
good.
Very
What's
well.
up?
Yeah,
That's
man.
what's up.
Actually, we've been super excited about this.
Absolutely.
Yo, likewise.
Waiting a while, man.
It's a long time coming. Long time coming.
Fucking right. Just real quick, I got this Tranquil Elephantizer
Yeah, is it from our sponsors?
from Oasis, Greengrass
Nice.
Oasis.
Shout out.
Shout out them. I don't have any of the bags local, but yeah, you can find them at Pickwackanagon. There we go. Tyndonega and Shannonville. But yeah, we're gonna get into this. And
It's gonna send us to Dreamland. I
yeah,
feel.
man,
This is size
shit.
That's
Shit.
great.
Man, I'm excited to visit Dreamland someday.
Yo, definitely.
I
It's
see
a
all the
vibe.
pictures and shit. Like, yeah. I saw Rita Carter in there a little while ago too.
Yeah.
Fucking
Shouts to Rita Carter.
That was a fire
Amazing.
16.
so sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that
Um,
little video.
Well, yeah, man. Fuck. What have you been doing, man?
Oh man, busy working.
Yeah.
Honestly, like the whole team just been with the fighting fire with fire, putting on events like that, working on albums, working on Dreamland itself. Just trying to get everything up and running. It's been a hell of a 2020 so far.
Yeah.
Honestly, it just meeting with Arfi last year and setting up this big thing in the city, and just at the same time seeing that the whole city is actually loving what we're doing, and everybody's just circling around it, and everybody's like becoming a part of it. It's just it's crazy to see. Like, I remember a couple years back just thinking that the city is just too separated. Like, everybody's in their own little clique, everybody's in their own area, and just not really talking. And Quest and I talked about it for years, and it's just cool to be part of it, honestly.
Yo, shout out Quest too.
Shout out to
big
Quest.
shout out to Quest.
Papa Quest, the GOAT.
Yeah,
That's what's
fucking
up.
right, man.
Yeah.
You performed obviously at the fire with fire thing. Yeah. I wish we could have made it. I
Yeah.
think what was going on? I think I worked.
We were all busy.
Yeah,
all
we had a
had
bunch
stuff
of shit,
going on.
but yeah,
With the
fuck.
V1, yeah, you were working and stuff. Yeah.
But
Just
We all
was-
got lives, right?
That's
We all got
right.
things going on.
it's true, man. It's true.
Oh, there
Shit.
was a few acts that night that we've been trying to catch, man, for some time now, and
Yeah. Well, it looked like a sick
I know
time
we'll
too.
get
I
our
saw
opportunity.
fucking pictures and shit all over.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. It looked. It was a success, obviously.
It was
all went
amazing.
well, yeah.
It was amazing.
You
Like you
about
said,
pyrotechnics and shit.
even- yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
okay, you know what? Shout out to Overflow Brewery in Ottawa. I mean, it's as far as venues where it is a bar restaurant and turns into a show venue. It's one of the best in the city. You can hit them up with pyrotechnics. You can have everything going off in that place,
That's
and
awesome.
and
man.
it's huge. There's a lot of room. It really feels like a big concert hall.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. But you know what? Yeah, thanks, man.
Hey.
Look at this. This is what I mean. Like, about to go to Dreamland. But no, shouts to Misha for putting all these shows on and showing us these places too. Like, she's very good at putting these big shows together.
Yeah.
Like
Okay,
she's so organized. She's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
organized.
Yeah.
Artists aren't very organized
Yeah.
usually,
for
right?
sure,
So
man. Yeah.
it's just it's cool to have somebody like that. Just you can get inspired and just learn so much from.
Yeah.
On your side, yeah. So from that side to the music side, everything it's just been.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, well, that's the thing too. Is it's people don't realize there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes
Yeah.
too. It's not just like spit those 316s and then fucking
Yeah.
here I am.
And it's not just one person either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful time when it was just make music
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
go about your day.
Yeah.
Not that I'm complaining, but it was a beautiful time that your art was really the focus. It's really there's a lot more to it
Yeah.
than just your art when you really get into it and try to bring everybody together. But it's just something I love to do.
Yeah.
So it's a
But-
passion,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
yeah.
like art. It's just like art. It turns into a
Absolutely.
passion,
Definitely in a good spot, it seems,
Mhm.
man, for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, doing your thing right.
Yeah, man, that's right. Since we started about a year ago now. Actually, tomorrow's our anniversary.
Yeah.
1 year.
I hate to do this, but shout out to us.
Salute.
Yeah, man, we've met a couple of solid, tight-knit families around the city. We've also gotten the vibe of what you had mentioned, and it seemed that there was some separation here and there. But we Dreamland, Creep Squad, man. Shout out to Creep Squad. They're a tight family as well, and
Yeah,
Cypher Gang, like there seems to be a lot of people kind of maybe everyone's
A lot of little-
catching it from
Lil
Dreamland.
Graham.
you know?
Yeah.
And like don't get me wrong, like we mess with everybody in the city when it comes to there's so many crews out there. Even like when I'm talking about, I went to I think it was St. Pius high school. They had like a assembly there, and all the kids were telling me about artists that they knew from the city, and I was like, who are these people?
Yeah, man.
But because they were like 17, 18, 19 years old, I'm like, oh, okay. So that's another crew, that like a whole other area of artists that I don't even know about.
Yeah.
That could be meshed in and everybody working together. It's
For
just,
sure, man. Yeah.
this is why I view Ottawa as like, I want to turn the city into like the LA of Canada
Man,
within the next 20, 30 years. I feel like
totally.
there's so much potential here.
Absolutely.
And yeah.
Well,
no,
it seems
that's
like
my
we
view.
keep finding out about more people and more people and more people and more people and like just different like clicks or whatever, right? It's like, oh shit, well, like I never heard of this guy. Oh well, he's with like these guys and like whatever. It's like, oh shit, never heard of these guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, and like we even noticed the same thing before, that it was like kind of, no one was really like helping each other and shit, and that's what it's all about, is helping each other, right?
That's right.
And actually it brings me back to the thing I've mentioned a couple times, the picture with the stairs, and it's like Florida rappers, and there's like one at the top, and then there's one falling down the stairs, there's another guy like trying to get up the stairs,
Yeah.
and then it shows Atlanta rappers, and they're all helping each other up the stairs,
Yeah.
or whatever, right?
No,
Everybody eats.
That's
Yeah, and that's the way, and I think
100%.
that's the way it should be, man. Because like, and even too, like, well, we were talking about earlier too, like having someone having their name on our platform, like, but just a discussion we had earlier. But then also at the same time, them having our name on their platform too, right? So it's all like, everyone's helping each other in that same sense. But even too, you're talking about having like these like hidden gems or like whatever, like there's like all these younger crowds and shit, and like if they hopped on a song with you or whatever, that one might be the one or whatever, right? Like shit like that, so it's almost like mandatory to fucking kind of like spread out. And
Networking is like, it's
Yeah,
always
exactly,
key.
yeah.
It's always
It's
key,
huge.
100%. Like you gotta, like you say, you can't do it alone, right?
No.
And
That's right.
yeah, for the city to be recognized as like you want it to be like a hub for entertainment or for the arts to be, because it's always just been a government like boring old
Yeah.
the town
Yeah.
the town that fun forgot kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, it's about time that we start to showcase what kind of,
And let's be
shit we got
honest,
going
like the fact that we say that this town has been a government town and everything, and like I'm hearing about these artists that are kids that I've never heard about. The kids are the ones that are really gonna make this city an arts city.
That's right.
Yeah,
performance
true.
They'll
city.
just continue on.
The way,
what you
yeah,
guys
exactly. The
started,
way I
right?
see it is, I'm just like, I want to lay the foundation so that there's no more excuses of this city being a government city.
yeah,
There's no place an artist can go.
change the
Nah.
stigma.
Dreamland's gonna get you somewhere where you're paying or
Yeah.
whatever. You're gonna get some work. You're gonna be
Yeah.
able to work in your, I don't want to say profession yet because it's your passion. You
Yeah.
get to work in your passion and make it your profession. You know.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
So that in 20, 30 years, I could be like, LA and LA in Canada. You know what I mean?
fucking right.
Call that
Well,
shit.
and like even too, you're talking about just right there. You're saying Dreamland. I actually, you were talking about teams earlier and shit on the way in,
Mhm.
and like actually, you guys have a solid team, and I actually admire that shit.
Thanks, man.
Like especially too, like you're saying, like even just some small example, but like Misha doing all that like organizing and shit, right? Like everyone has like their spot and like whatever, right? And you have all these fucking, well, in my mind, pretty big names, right? And I love it. You guys seem to be working a lot,
yeah.
and that's what it takes, man. And I see that in you guys for sure. Like it's
There-
going somewhere.
There is no self selfishness
Yeah.
in Dreamland. There's only selflessness, and you know, if you know Quest at all, if anybody knows Quest that's watching this, he is the most humble person. He is the nicest person, and he's been my mentor since I've known him now for like 6-7 years. So like I'm just like him. So he is the father figure. He is Papa Quest. You know,
Papa Quest. I love that.
So it's no, this is how we build. Like the thing is, you know, I've known Quest for 5, 6, 7 years now, and we've a couple times tried to build this type of team together, and it didn't work out. And we realized that, you know, there's no point in trying to force anything. The people that are supposed to join you will naturally join you,
and that's so true.
Create your own aura, your own vibe, your own culture, your own this, your own that, and those people will want to work with you. There's not going to be any stress or anything, and it's just it's taken this amount of time, but now the team that we have around us it's amazing.
Unstoppable.
Yeah. Well, and like you said, you know, like keep like they'll like you'll attract that. You know what I mean? Like those good people or whatever. Even too, like in the sense of like I always tell people too, like that are like in a rush to like be in a relationship or whatever, is like it'll just like happen. You know what I mean? And it's the same way. It's the same way in that sense too. Like you're saying, you know, it's just like, okay, well, I don't like need this guy on my team. Like it's just when it happens, it's gonna happen or whatever, right? And just even too, you guys have that, like, I don't know what you'd call it, but you attract that same type of person, right? So I feel like you guys have it set that, you know what I mean, with that mindset of waiting till they come to you or whatever, right? Then you're getting those people that are the same or like-minded people, right? Yeah.
And more importantly, they want to be there.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like I don't care how talented you are. If you want to do something, it just takes time and you'll be able to do it. There's nobody that's more talented than anybody else.
Yeah.
There's no skill is only time plus effort. Like that's what it is.
Yeah.
So if you want to do this, I will teach you. I will help you out. I will push you there. But like if you're half-assing it, you're just not gonna gonna stick around. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's just I won't roll with that. You know.
Yeah.
And it should be pretty obvious after like a pretty short amount of time who, you know, is like you say, you can see the passion in people and who's like really dedicated to make something happen.
Yeah.
Who brings value. That's good.
Exactly.
Like, good way to look at it. Like it's like people want a lot of things. They're like, so they might see your team and say, hey, if I get in there, you know, I might catch a little bit of clout. I can, you know, further my own gain.
Place to be.
You know, exactly. So they could be doing it for selfish reasons. You know, or you know, it's like they could be someone that's like, I see somewhere that I could add value.
Yeah,
and I want to be part of that.
it.
I want to be part of that team. I want to help it grow. I want to add value and do it for, you know, to further everyone instead of just their own little personal
selfish.
You know how easily and how quickly we kind of filter through these people is just by how we talk. We talk very much all right, what are we doing next? What's the next move? What's the next best thing? What have we done that we can improve on? And we're just always talking like that, you know? Right. So if you join the conversation and you're just not keeping up or you're not adding to it, you're just going to leave. Like, that's what I mean. Because you're not going to stay there. What are you going to say? What, like, you're just not going to be interested if you're not trying to add anything to it, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So it's not us, you know, telling people you can't mess with us. It's just, you're gonna be like, I don't mess with this. It's gonna be your choice because we're not influenced on. We don't like you said. We don't need to have you on our side, but this is where we believe in so much. And if you see it the way like we see it, then come on in. Like, let's do it. Let's build that culture that Ottawa needs. You know,
exactly. Yeah, and that's what that's for sure. Because the UK did that. I don't know why I even thought, because I'm from the UK and they successfully, in my opinion, built a very unique and original hip hop scene in the UK. You know what I mean?
Very much.
And it's blended from a lot of different styles. Don't get me wrong, but like,
shout out to that too. I actually love a lot of fucking UK hip hop.
But it's just like very uniquely UK now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like Canada can get that. I mean, we have like the Drakes and the Weeknd and like shit like that. But that's very like mainstream.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't know what my point is, but basically, like, I'm just saying that we can further like that very unique Ontarian or
I feel like
embrace that.
I feel like something you're saying is something you brought up about Atlanta earlier, where Atlanta rappers, their culture is, you know, how a lot of the rappers come up is in strip clubs, right? Their songs get big in strip clubs, but like
there's one specific club there that's like if it doesn't
Which
go
one is
off,
it again?
I forget what it's called, but if it doesn't go off, then they just scrap the song.
It's,
like,
you out.
Like,
But the thing is, people go out and they support, and like there's a reason why when you go to that strip club and your song is playing and it's popping, you know you made it, because there's a culture like we partying over here.
Yeah.
There isn't anything here, or there wasn't anything, or there hadn't been anything really brewing. So like, but there's the ingredients were all there,
right?
You know,
exactly.
and it's just building that, whatever that culture is. Like, I feel like for
together.
us, because we're so far away from what America is and where they are, for us is to work together. I feel like that, and really build that culture, that underground, you know, be that link between the underground and the entertainment scene. You know? And just do it differently than what the States would do with all these beefs and these wars and everything, and just you know, show positivity.
Well, I find that's what a lot of people do, right? They try to emulate or copy what's popular.
Exactly.
Right? And that's the biggest market is obviously the U.S. So it's like they try to sort of mimic that. It's like, let's create something that's uniquely Canadian. And
exactly. And that's why I say like embrace that.
The 613 on the map.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, let's just not be afraid to do it, you know?
That's right. You got a shout out from Mr. Zed.
Yeah, shit, man.
He says, "What's good, boys? Welcome to 4G Show. Hevve.
Hey.
You were the first Ottawa artist I saw to perform when I jumped into the scene last 2 years ago."
Yo, respect,
Cheers,
man.
Yeah, shit. Shout out
That's
Mr.
crazy.
Zed, man.
What show was that? Let me know what show that is.
Yeah, hit it in the comments, Zed.
Yeah.
He's part of Creep Squad.
That's who was yelling fucking cut the beat or whatever.
Shout out to Leo too. What's going on, Leo?
Yeah, gang, sipping.
That's crazy.
Yeah, 1 second, just pick up beer.
Oh yeah.
So go ahead.
So yeah, man. When did you start getting into rap and all that? Like, take us right back to the beginning.
Yeah. I mean, So the first time I really got, like, you know, like the rap that I knew was like mainstream rap, you know, so whatever you heard on the radio, top 40, whatever it was back in the early 90s or late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
And then it's when for one summer, I lived with my dad over in Toronto. And I'm half Jamaican, so all my Jamaican cousins, I was chilling with all of them, and they introduced me to Lil Wayne.
Okay.
Yeah,
And this was Lil Wayne, shout out to Weezy. Shout out to Weezy.
Like Carter 2.
That'd be Carter 2.
This was so this was like between Carter 2 and Carter 3. This was like 07, 06, something like that.
Okay.
Right? And it's when he dropped a whole bunch of mixtapes that one summer, that 1 year, and like it was just crazy. And like I was just listening to his metaphors and his just vibe. Like not necessarily flow, but vibe, like how the track and his voice really blended together. But his metaphors is what really got me. So I started just writing. Like I wasn't really rapping, I was just writing. I just wanted to write crazy bars. I was like, let's just do this. Like this is crazy. So for like a couple years, you know, I would write on the bus. I like poetry class in high school. I would destroy that shit.
That's how I started writing too. Actually, just poetry. Just writing.
Honestly, like I'm more of a storyteller, a poet than a rapper, because like I've always been that, and rap I just took it on because that's the form that allowed me to express it the easiest and the best, you know. Because trust me, when I started recording, oh wow, it was not good. It was definitely not good. There was potential, but it wasn't good. It wasn't good. You know, but it took a lot of practice, which is why I say, you know, skill is all about time plus effort.
You got to put in those 10,000 hours, right?
You have to. You have to. And so Lil Wayne is when I started really paying attention. I started writing, and it's not until like college where I skipped the class with my boy because he's like, I make beats. I was like, okay. So we skipped the class. We went and bought a mic. He did a beat, Quick Things. I recorded. This is why I say it wasn't good. Like this is the one that I was saying it wasn't good.
You gotta start somewhere.
You gotta start somewhere. You gotta hear yourself to better yourself.
Exactly,
you know? So from that point on, like I think I was like 18, 19. Then I met this Quebec producer called Snooze. He was part of this group called God La Lune, and they were huge on the Quebec side.
Okay.
But he stopped his rap career, became a producer. I did half a first mixtape with him. Things happened, and then when I ran into Quest, the funny story about when I ran into Quest is I almost just like met him and just split. Like we would have never even talked again, you know. Because when I split from that first producer, they everybody was telling me, because I was like, I was stuck. I had half a mixtape. I was like, what do? I don't really produce. Like this was really when I was a rookie, and everybody's like, go see Quest. I was like, I don't know who this Quest guy is. Like, okay, like cool, like I'll go see him, but like I don't know who he is. So finally a couple months passed, and the same guy who introduced me to the first guy, he tells me, I need you to come record a song for me. So go to the studio, meet the guy. He's like, hi, my name is David and everything. And I was like, what up, David? Like, it's all good. Like, record the song, about to leave. He's like, you're pretty good. I'm like, I appreciate it. He's like, we might have to work soon. I'm like, yeah, cool. But I'm thinking, I gotta go meet this Quest. I don't need to work with you. I want to go meet this Quest guy. And I'm about to leave, and I turn around, and the sign you see in a lot of pictures in the studio, the big Quest sign, is right there. And I was like, yo, you're not about to tell me you're Quest right now. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, okay. We gotta talk. We gotta talk. Yeah, so it's just I was about to leave, like I was out the door.
You're about to leave to go find him.
Yeah. It would have been quite a, but like it was just crazy how it happened, and
that's awesome.
Yeah, since then we've just been. So that was like 2013, something like that.
Okay.
So since then it's just been an adventure.
Yeah, man, no doubt. 7 years strong.
Mm-hmm.
Right on, man.
Yeah.
Wow. That's it. That's actually a fucking cool story.
Yeah, it's a great story for sure.
So you just put out like a 3-song little EP like last.
Yeah, early January, called Resolutions. So basically, this was kind of a little test. I don't think I've really seen this happen. If I have, then I apologize. I'm not trying to steal your swag, you know what I mean, right now. But like basically what I wanted to do was, instead of releasing the singles for the album, you know, one at a time, do a video one at a time, whatever, I was like, let me just drop all the singles at once.
Okay.
In a little pack.
Oh, nice.
Because it was supposed to come out January 1st, called it Resolutions. Yeah. Just a quick little, thing.
Makes sense.
So basically, the 3 songs on there are the 3 singles for the upcoming album, One Night in Dreamland. That's coming up.
Nice. So that's coming out.
That is coming out soon.
Soon? Okay.
Soon.
Yeah.
So look forward to that.
TBD on the release date.
Okay.
It'll come out one night.
One day.
Yeah, man.
I
appreciate
it. The album is crazy. Like, honestly, it's the album that I wanted to make. Like, I'm not doing this album for trying to please anybody other than myself, for the first time. Not that I'm pressured, but like a lot of times I'm thinking, okay, what would people like to hear?
Exactly,
this one, I was like, I've always wanted to sing. I don't give a shit. I'm singing.
Yeah, man.
It's happening, but it came out crazy, and I'm excited for everybody to hear it.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm excited to hear it.
For sure.
I just gotta say, man, I love the swag.
Thanks, man.
You're fucking dripping.
This is old school Hevve, to be honest with you. These are like the first sweaters I ever printed, like back in like 2014. Yeah. I was much bigger back then, so I don't know if you guys know like why my name is Hevve.
Oh man, I was gonna ask.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have to find out because of the sweater. So when I came up with the name Hevve, I was almost 300 pounds.
Wow.
So I was like 296 pounds. I was a big boy. I mean, I came up with the name Hevve, and it took me a little bit to figure it out, how I wanted to write it and why I wanted to call myself Hevve. The bars, they gotta be heavy, but I was also a big boy, and just my presence was whenever I walk into a room, there's a presence, so I was like, it just means a lot more. But how I wrote it, I was just trying to figure out something that would either make people question it or just catch their attention right away. Either way, it has to catch your attention, because I wanted it, to be marketable. Right. So yeah, so I used to be a big boy, and I just I did this. So I watch a lot of podcasts, and like
shout out to
podcasts. I love talking. I just this is perfect. So I was watching a podcast, Joe Rogan podcast, on the ketogenic diet, and tried it, lost 100 pounds, and just
My cousin's big into
Shit,
that.
is it
Cruising
hard
since
though,
then.
or what?
I mean, it depends how determined you are. It gets a lot easier, but it
Right.
also gets a lot tougher the further you do it. So
See?
there's a balance.
I lost 40 or no, I lost 40 pounds in 8 weeks, and then I lost over the next like 5 months. I lost another 40 pounds, so I lost 8 pounds or 80 pounds in 6 months.
Yeah,
But it was like stress. So
that's
it was
about
like,
what I did. Yeah,
It's like kind of like the easy way almost, you know what I mean? But that way you lose like your muscle mass and shit too, right? Because it wasn't like I was like working out or eating healthy.
Yeah.
I was just like not eating, stressing the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like man,
Yeah.
I stressed myself right into shingles, man. I
oh
had shingles
shit.
up my arm and shit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, man.
No, well, that's what I mean by like the longer you do it too, like it just your body needs the nutrients that you're not giving it, and then
Yeah.
you just start like everything just starts coming out. The anxiety rockets through the roof. Like it's not a good place. So the balance is definitely key.
Yeah.
It
Were you
didn't
working
help.
out too?
It didn't help. No, so I wasn't. So if I was working out, I definitely wouldn't have. So what I did was intermittent fast as well.
Yeah. That's
So
good.
I would only eat like within like a 6 or 7 hour period,
Yeah.
and like I would barely eat because I was on the ketogenic diet, you know. So like it was at some points where some days like I would just eat because I told myself I need something in my body, not because
Yeah.
I'm hungry,
Yeah.
because my body was taking care of the hungry part. Like I had a lot of fat to lose. I was
Yeah.
like, my body's like,
That's
I'm
crazy how that
I'm
works
cool.
though, eh? Like
Yeah.
Because it's so you basically like technically you're like starving yourself. Well, not starving yourself, but you're like the stuff that your body needs that's taking it from your body.
From
Is that
your
how
fat,
it works?
yeah.
Like, yeah.
So basically, like this is why it works for people. Like a lot of people that eat a lot of sugar,
Yeah.
because it's your fuel. Your body takes. There's two fuel sources, right? There's sugar, and then there's fat, with
Yeah.
like carbs and fat, right? So if you're used to eating sugar, and it burns sugar a lot quicker, so it's the first thing that'll burn, right? So that's why you store fat. If
Yeah.
you eat a lot of sugar and fat, you store fat because your body's only burning fat, sugar.
Yeah, okay. I eat
Saying a lot of words right now.
No,
I hope
man.
y'all follow.
No, man, you're fucking
So
putting
the
knowledge.
whole process of ketogenic is ketosis. Sorry, is turning your body into a fat burner instead of a sugar burner by cutting out all sugar.
Okay, see, I fucking love sugar, man. Oh, shit, man.
No, don't get me wrong.
Oh, shit.
But like the thing is, once you do it, which is why you keep losing weight after you stop it, is once you do it, your body doesn't turn to a sugar burner right away. Like, so you can eat sugar and still burn fat.
So, sorry, I just like stuttered a whole bunch. I was like, how am I
That's why
going to
like a
ask
cheat
this
day works,
question?
I guess.
So basically, you have trained your body to work a different way, and then once you like get off the diet, it still works that way. Like, okay. So you're burning.
Yes.
So you're burning the sugar instead of the fat, or you're burning the fat instead of the sugar.
You're burning
you're
fat.
burning fat. And sugar.
You're
Yeah,
burning
okay.
fat.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's crazy. But yeah, I never really like understood it. But yeah, I've been interested. Even one of my buddies is talking about vegan diets and shit, and I guess it's like supposed to be good for you in like a lot of different
yeah, of
ways.
course.
But
Well, the thing about that is you're cutting out the sugar. So as soon as you cut out the sugar, you're already doing what you need to do, which is cut out the sugar.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're on vegan diet and you're eating like a good amount, you're gonna be healthier than somebody that's doing a ketogenic diet with eating meat, but just not eating garbage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it just depends on just cutting out the sugar, because everything has sugar.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
Everything.
everything. Man, you know what?
It's
I just
crazy.
recently found out. I think it was last winter. We were going to a show and we were sitting at a bar and we were drinking these drinks. They were like fucking. What were they called? Something Gatorade or whatever. Like, but it was supposed to come in a like. I guess it was a glass that
Yeah,
looks like
yeah.
a Gatorade bottle.
Okay.
They're like
But I
gin
guess
drinks.
everyone is stealing them, so
Okay.
we just got a regular cup. Anyways, we're drinking these drinks and it's like lemonade and like Gatorade and like gin or
Gin
something.
is
Yeah.
in it for sure.
And I ended up seeing one of my buddies. He's like, "Oh yeah, what are you up to? You know, whatever." And I'm like, "Oh, we're just having some drinks and shit." He's like, "Oh, what are you drinking?" And he like works out and shit. And he's like, or I said, we're drinking these like fucking wild Gatorade or whatever the fuck. And he's like, "Oh, what's in it?" And I explained it all to him. He's like, "Oh man," he's like, "that's a lot of sugar." And I was like, "Yeah, fuck, you know, whatever." I'm like, I usually try and drink like some of the shit I drink. I'll usually drink like just like splash of Pepsi in it.
Yeah.
So it's like I'll drink like Kraken,
Yeah.
a little bit of Pepsi because it's
My
like
favorite.
it's sweet, right? So you
Yeah.
barely need any mix.
Yeah.
So I'll drink that. I'm like, because then I'm not drinking like a whole bunch of like sugar and stuff, whatever. And Buddy's like, "Man," he's like, "Alcohol is sugar." I was
Oh,
like, "Really?" And he
yeah.
goes, "Well, yeah." He's like, "So you're like sugar, like your lemonade, your Gatorade, and then your fucking gin or whatever is sugar as well. And I was like, oh, I never knew that, man. Like, fuck.
Yeah. The crazy part too, like for hangovers, do you know why you get hangovers?
Because you're dehydrated?
Yeah, but it's not because of the alcohol, like it's because of the sugar.
Sugar, yeah.
So
Yeah.
like if you just like sip, cognac all night, whatever, if you don't use mix, like you're not gonna have a like crazy headache the next day and like just be sluggish, That's why those businessmen can be sipping all day and still do business.
See, I went from drinking like whiskey and Pepsi or whatever, like Ryan Coke or whatever you call it these days. But I went from drinking that because I was like, man, the dark Pepsi or like the dark pop.
Yeah.
So I went from drinking that to like drinking vodka and cranberry or vodka and like some kind of juice or whatever, and then like throw like soda in it or something like that. Because then there's like, you're still getting the sugar with the juice, but there's less sugar with the soda and shit.
Yeah.
Can't
stand mixing.
But and also the clear as opposed to like the dark soda and shit. But I used to be like, oh yeah, like I'm making this like healthy choice or whatever. I'm getting drunk off the vodka and the cranberry juice instead. But it's just like it's the same fucking shit. I mean, like maybe juice is a bit more healthy.
Do the vodka water, and then
still,
you're just like you're rehydrating yourself at the same time.
Yeah. Well, and I was thinking too. Yeah, I'm like I'm fighting against the fucking the hangover and like the
don't ever do vodka water.
And my buddy, like, so some of my friends they'll drink like vodka water Mio, which is like understandable. You like mixing a drink, I guess. But my buddy literally drinks vodka water, and like. It's like, hey man, you want one? I'm like, cool, right on, yeah. And I figured it was like vodka water Mio. Like, here you go, man. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, it actually tastes like what it sounds like vodka water, and it's like gross. Like it's like
you're watering down your vodka. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Just take a shot. Like just finish it. That's why I'm like, don't do it. Like, it's not because I'm hating. Just like it's strategically, it's just not.
I do like the soda water with the vodka and like lemon or something or whatever. Like,
enjoy it. If you enjoy it. If you're not gonna enjoy it, take a shot. Like
exactly. Actually, that's good advice right there. You
might
as well take it.
Yeah, skip the middleman. Yeah,
that's funny shit.
Because also too, I guess if your main goal is getting drunk, then
why we drinking? Why we drinking?
Right.
Might as well just get it down there. They still haven't brought me my fucking gin and tonic. I was like, they're like, oh, I think we're next. I'm like on Saturday. They're like, oh, I think we're next. I'm like, okay, wait. I'm like, I finished my drink. I'm like, I gotta get another drink and I gotta take a piss. They're like, okay, cool. So I run and take a piss. That was the most important one, right?
Definitely.
So I go and take a piss, and I come out and they're like, oh, like where are Styles? I come to the stage. I'm like, oh shit. So I like went over and there's a bunch of people trying to get drinks. I'm like, hey, look. And they're yelling at me like, oh, so I go over, I'm like, fuck it. So I go on stage, I'm like, hey, can I get a gin and tonic to the stage?
Yes.
And fucking no one does anything.
What?
I'm like, what? So then like a little while later, I'm like, so how's that gin and tonic coming? And I just kept saying it.
As if.
Oh shit, but whatever.
And like it's right beside the stage. Like it's not far.
Yeah, totally.
The bartender was
just,
like he wasn't
no, actually, you know what? Shout out to that guy. I think his name's Alex or something.
Yeah, man, he worked hard. He was off his game that night, I think, or something.
Well, I think he he has trouble hearing.
Yeah, right.
I think it might be the language barrier. But so he gets you to write the drinks down or whatever.
Is it the owner?
So it's like, I think so.
Okay, yeah. I know him. Yeah.
So it's like, so you know what I mean? He's not gonna take an order over the fucking microphone and shit. Yeah. But so I just turned it into a joke because like whatever.
That's good though. That's entertainment 101. Use what you got.
Exactly.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Right. Oh.
I wasn't ready for this.
Sorry.
Better get ready.
Zed said it was House of Paint 2018. The show that he saw. Years ago,
that was a crazy show.
House of Paint. Was there paint?
My man.
Was it a paint? Was it a paint thing?
I've heard of this show before.
Was it a paid thing?
No, paint. You said House of Paint?
Yeah, House of Paint.
Yeah, House of Paint. It's the show, like the hip hop show, like under the bridge beside Carleton University.
Oh no way!
Yeah, like a huge they do murals like under the bridge and everything. There's a huge like dance battles. There's dance competitions. There's artists performing. Like it's
crazy.
It's the culture. You know, it's the culture that I was talking about. You know.
So when's that happening?
I think it's August.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's late.
Because that'd be
it's after Blues Fest. Because that year I performed Blues Fest and House of Paint, and it was after. Oh
no way! So that was 2018.
Yeah.
Shit. You were at Blues Fest 2018.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
That was
man.
crazy.
Shit, I didn't even know that.
That was the launch pad. That was
The launch
you know,
pad.
like when I say it was the launch pad, is that's when I knew, like, I was like, okay,
That's
this is what I'm doing. Like,
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
is
man. Well, it's
'cause-
not everyone gets to fucking jump on that stage.
Yeah, no, no. Especially when I was told like it was gonna be main stage, I was like, y'all
no.
sure?
seriously.
Yeah.
All right,
That's
let's
sick.
get it. Let's get it. You know.
Dude.
So but that's what I mean. Like, so I got on the stage and you know, for the size of it, for the seeing the city in the backdrop and everything, it was a beautiful day. It was a hot day. And like I had no nerves. Like I wasn't nervous. Like
That's
Like I was just so
man.
comfortable.
Yeah.
I was in my zone.
Nice.
Yo, by the way, okay, I didn't get no sound check.
No.
How did I not get any sound check? You know what I mean?
Especially at an event like that.
Yeah.
I wasn't. Anyways, yeah. But anyways, like even with that, all that, like I was just so excited that I was there. The whole team was smiling. The whole like that's what I do it for. You know when I say like there's no selfishness in the team is
Yeah.
my proudest, sickest, happiest moment of that day was seeing them from in the morning to the end of the night and just smiling the whole time because we
Yeah.
had backstage access to everything. Like they were chilling with the
Sick.
stars. Like
That's sick.
who was there? Jesse Reyes was there. Ray Shremmerd was there.
Oh,
Like they
that
were
was
just,
the year
Isn't that?
Foo Fighters? Was that the year
Yeah.
Foo Fighters was there?
Yeah, that
and
was
shit?
crazy.
MGK and
damn.
shit.
Yo,
Like,
MGK was. I actually went to see MGK. Foo Fighters was crazy, man. I went to see MGK, and you know what? MGK was before. I think was one of the days just before my show, and like
Okay.
it inspired me so much. His energy. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, that's what I got to bring. And I
Yeah.
think that's why I wasn't nervous because I was like, I saw what he brought, and I was like, do the same,
Yeah.
do the same energy, and you're good.
Yeah.
And like,
his live shows.
Yeah.
Really
But
good
he's
for
the
sure.
only one out of his crew that I haven't met.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. That is right. I mean, his chain smacked you in the face, but that's another
Oh, true
story.
that. Yeah, that's right. Okay, sorry. Yeah, you jumped on me, but we haven't actually like formally met yet. No, and then at that day at the show or at Blues Fest, I saw Slim and Rook
Yeah, I remember you telling me about
and the
that.
guitar player,
Yeah.
and I chased them down. I was smoking a cigarette, and I was in the little like smoking section, and I was like, "Oh shit, that was them!" And I was like, "Oh, I won't chase them. I'm gonna chase them." So I'm like running out, and I go past the security guard. I'm like, I throw the fucking smoke back into the like inside the fence, and I'm sorry I had to run away. I'm like,
Yeah.
hey guys, what's up?
That's hilarious.
But so then you performed the next day on the big stage.
what day was
I was just gonna say I forget, man.
I was on the
Don't-
Saturday. I don't know. I don't know what day he was
Yeah.
in. He was on.
But yeah, I actually went to fucking Blues Fest that year.
That's crazy. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. It was the first time I was ever at Blues.
Oh yes,
Fest.
really?
I
But,
didn't
like-
know what to expect. I didn't know what to expect.
But like that's
man.
cool too, though. It's like you just I'm not cool, you know.
Not
it's
even,
just like-
there's not even.
No,
not
I know,
even.
no. I know you didn't mean it that way. It's just that's the way I see it. I'm like, yeah, fucking right. But at the same time too, like that's another thing. Like that's part of the story, right? You're like, yeah, I never even went to Blues Fest.
It could be
But then
why-
they asked me to play there.
Yeah, it could be why I wasn't nervous too.
You know, be in the documentary. and
Yeah,
shit.
you never
if
saw it for
if I had
yourself.
seen it before, like if my whole life I'd been going there, like
Yeah.
I might have been a little bit
Oh,
nervous.
true that. Yeah,
You know,
might have almost maybe helped you that way.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
That's
it was a crazy experience though.
No doubt, man. It's a big stage too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A lot of moving around.
How'd you get hooked up with something like that? Anyways, like what?
Yeah, how did
Rod,
that-
I applied.
Oh, is that
how it works?
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I didn't know
Oh,
that was
shit.
even a thing.
But we put a lot of work in that year. We had the whole year of the bangers, so like 5 projects in that one year, and we had like what 6, 7, 8 videos, something like that. So like
Oh shit.
we had a lot of shows too that year, like around Ottawa. So we did a lot of work that year. 2017 was
A year?
it was a busy one.
Busy
So
one,
as soon as Blues Fest saw that, I'm sure they were like, okay, this person's active and everything, and this person's doing it right. And even like after I got off stage, this was really cool. Like after I got off stage, the whole staff in the back like just stopped what they were doing and they were just applauding.
yeah.
And I
Nice.
was
That's
like,
gotta
"Oh,
make you feel
guys,
good.
like, what?"
That's sick, man.
What? And yo, shout out to, you know what, Jamie Fine, Elijah Woods, Jamie Fine. These guys, they show love. Like from day one, they've shown love. Like from like I had met Jamie Fine before that, but that day, like they were performing after me,
Okay.
or 2 people, either after me or 2 people after me, and they came to see me after my performance. They're like, bro, what are you saying right now? And I was like, I don't know. Like, what are you saying? Like, and like, she's like, nah, like, just keep doing what you do. So like these little moments, like, are just those moments where I was like, all right, nah, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing.
No doubt. Man, yeah, that's
Which you gotta have them.
Yeah,
you gotta have those
Oh,
moments
yeah,
at one
fucking
point.
right.
Definitely.
Yeah, man, I'm stoked to see it happen, man.
Yeah.
Always just gotta look back in 30 years and play this to someone and say, look, when Ottawa is like a little LA.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Called it.
I'm telling you, though, they're building a movie studio in the south, right? In the south end
Really?
of the city. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I'm telling you.
We moving up.
I'm seeing it. I'm
Oh.
seeing it happen slowly. I'm seeing it happen slowly. You know, they want to move the sports arenas closer to the city. They want to make it. I'm telling you, they're building the trains. It's taking a long time. It might take 50 years. Let's be honest with you, the way construction here works. But
Yeah.
I think it's because, again, now that we hit 1 million population, we can sort of justify getting a bigger infrastructure because there's a population to support
yeah,
bigger infrastructure. So, you know, now those contracts are being available to get, you know, big stadiums. They're bigger.
New LA.
Yeah.
New LA. New
But yeah, I know.
LA.
Like, definitely the city's growing, and like, I figured Toronto, like, that's sort of like, you even said it. It's like a little New York kind of thing, you know.
I
Yeah.
said that in one of my vlogs.
Check it out on Patreon. $3. But no, yeah, it's like you said, that they got their own thing going on, and it's, you know, Ottawa being the capital.
Yeah.
You know, that
Well,
time we
have
had a
you
little bit of.
heard like back in the day that like Vancouver was like the like LA of Canada or whatever because they had all the shit going on.
that's true.
And they do have a lot of shit going on, but
They do.
it's just
Very
competition.
Yeah. But the thing is, so they are on the West Coast too. Like, it does help getting
Yeah,
that
then-
West Coast,
yeah.
that West Coast. But nah, I see this. It's just it's all about getting it done. You
Yeah,
Vancouver, I haven't even heard about them in the music scene in
it's true.
how many
It's
years?
true
Been a
though.
minute.
Yeah,
Like, we're just starting. Like,
yeah.
and our buzz is like it all depends on if we get it done.
I
then
guess
there's no worrying. You know?
is Merck from out west?
He's from Surrey,
Sorry,
I
okay.
believe. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, Surrey.
He's sort of making noise for Canada.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, yeah. Mad Child. Sorry.
I
That
have my
joke.
own. I have my own fucking.
That was a joke.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
he's from Vancouver, but
Oh, I see.
and he's making noise, but like just in the wrong direction, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's personal opinion too. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've only
I
heard
don't
a couple of the songs that him and Tom McDonald are doing, but
I just don't like.
it is what it is.
His voice is something.
You know Tom McDonald?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I like Tom McDonald.
Have you heard? Yeah,
McDonald.
totally. Yeah. But have you heard the
Mad
Mad Child and Tom McDonald?
No.
There's a 2 out now, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
And they're making a whole album. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
And yeah,
And
there's
tour together.
I think
too.
there's 2 out right now, but yeah, it's like just kind of weird, sort of. Again, that's my personal
I feel
Each their
opinion.
own, I
I
suppose.
feel like if those two are making an album, me and Drake gotta make an album. Like, what's going on?
Yeah,
That's
seriously,
like-
yeah.
Come on.
And if anyone from the OVO is watching,
Yeah, hit
it's
up.
at Hevve,
Yeah.
HEVVE.
It's on the shirt. It's on the shirt.
Drake's like watching right now. Like, oh shit!
Get him on the phone. Get him.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Subscribe. Drake subscribes, so should you?
Yeah. Don't look it up.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, don't check the facts on that. Oh shit.
Shit. So yeah, man, I was actually watching the music video for Cobain earlier.
Mm-hmm.
It says it's Quest featuring you guys. So
Yeah.
it's like what I was just
It's
wondering.
like DJ Khaled, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, that's what it's like. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I
I
love
figured,
the
yeah.
I love the
It's
intro
sick,
to
though.
that. Where did you guys shoot that?
So we shot a couple locations. We shot
I like the lights at the start.
Where did we? So the lights. like when it's super dark behind us.
Yeah, and it's just kind of flashes.
So basically, we're just like in the woods.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
basically, we're in the woods. We got power from a generator,
Dope.
and we just put some lights in the
Went
middle of
way
the
out.
woods. The ones inside were like in a barn. And then the one like it was like a abandoned gas station. Like I'm pretty sure it was close to the west
Yeah.
side.
Cool.
Who shot that? Was that 350?
350.
Yeah.
They're crazy. They're crazy. That's what I'm saying. There's so much talent. Like, yo, we can make
man.
movies. What are we saying? Like,
Yeah.
I want to
But
write a
even-
movie script.
Even that being said,
Yeah,
even
do
that
it.
being said, and I shouldn't say this on live fucking television, but
Do it.
we can connect all of these people. You know what I mean? Like
totally.
make a business on connecting all these people. You know what I mean?
That's what we doing.
Yeah. It is.
But
No,
yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
That's
It
it,
just
yeah, man.
what I want to do is make sure that nobody has an excuse that they can't go anywhere to work with their passion. That you
Yeah.
film shit, you take pictures, you draw, you whatever you do. There's
there's options.
spot.
I'm the plug.
Yeah.
I'm the plug. Yeah.
What are you saying?
That's hilarious. Yeah. Shit, man. Yeah, man.
And the thing is, like, I'm not even, you say you shouldn't say it on live. Like, it's not, I've come to realize, and this is what I was saying earlier, it's all about doing it. A lot of people have the idea and
Yeah.
they hear the idea and everything, but they won't go out and do it. That's why I'm not even worried. Like, I'll give the idea to everybody. Because if you go do it, we all win.
Yeah, man.
And if you don't, I'm going to make sure we all win. Like,
Yeah.
that's just,
And that's the one
That's
thing
sad,
actually that
man.
you saying that, like I realized a lot. Like people like have a lot of ideas and talk about like, oh, I should do this, I should do that. But like putting one foot in front of the other
yeah.
and actually making it happen is there's only a few people that do that the right way and actually make shit happen.
And
That's-
even I've fallen victim of this too. Is once you say it out loud, it's like almost like subconsciously you've accomplished it. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, I said it. Like, yeah, I'm
True.
doing it, boys. And then
True.
like, you just don't do it. And I mean, I don't know how the brain works, but that's just my assumption of how that thought process goes.
That's
you know
true.
what I mean? Like, but yeah, I've totally been like, I'm gonna do this thing. You know, even the other day, I'm like, I feel a gutter song coming. Haven't wrote anything.
Yeah,
You gotta force yourself into that vibe.
yeah. Sometimes you do though. Yeah, it's like sometimes you just fall into it. Sometimes you gotta like, okay, like you say, force yourself into it. But yeah, man, it's fucking. I don't know. I have no point. I have no point.
There you go, man. I don't know where I was going with that, but it was rock fucking solid.
Back to you guys.
Yo, by the way, can I just say something real quick? Can I say rest in peace, Pop Smoke?
Yo, say word.
Like,
I actually,
I know I'm not into no gang, not like related activities at all. I respect what they do. I respect what it is. But it's things like this that worry me when I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go down to the States, work a little bit, bring some stuff back home, and I'm like, but then this guy,
yeah,
it just makes you like, it makes you think,
Yeah.
But
So like just for anyone that's not, I'm not clear. Like what? So fill me in. What happened?
yeah.
So Pop Smoke is a rapper out of New York.
Yeah.
He was 20 years old, making big noise. Like this past year, like he had 4 or 5 songs that were really popping
I
this
just
year.
want to say real quick, I'm gonna interject here.
I think I saw
So-
something about a No Jumper. He was with fucking 6ix9ine's DJ was talking about him.
Okay, so
Maybe.
I just recently heard of Pop Smoke, and not because of his death. It was like a little while before, like maybe within the last month or so. And so I heard of him, and like it might have been just because you said No Jumper. I think it might have been on No Jumper
Mhm.
or whatever. But I heard of him somewhere, and then like scroll and see him different places and shit. I'm like, oh, like who is this fucking Pop Smoke guy? And I even remember one time being like, I'm gonna like check him out or whatever, right? And I just got distracted and didn't do it.
Yeah.
But then one day I'm scrolling, I'm like, man, this guy is showing up like literally like 2 posts in a row, like skip a post, next
Yeah.
post. Like I'm like, what the fuck? And then I read them, like, fucking dude died? Like I'm like, what the
shit.
fuck? And I was like, I just literally have caught wind of this guy, and like, boom, you know what I mean? I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, it's so fucking weird, man.
I feel like it happened like that for everybody though. Like even myself, like I've only known of him for.
Well, I
like,
guess
a
like
month
you
now.
said, it's
like,
not, yeah. Okay,
I haven't
okay,
like as far as really like known of him, like it's only been like a month, and like it was on.
Sorry, I totally cut you,
You know,
off there.
no worries, because it makes me think of something like I know I just forgot what I'm saying.
Shit.
No, that's all good.
That's what happens when like four massive joints. Go
Yo,
around.
I'm surprised it took me this long, you know, to be honest with you. But yeah.
Yeah, sorry, man. I feel
Well,
like
that's why I asked, because I didn't know, like, you mentioned
Oh, yeah,
the name
that's
and what
what you were leading
happened.
up to. Sorry,
so
was
you
you
were
were
trying to
just
explain like
explaining
how
who
he
he was.
Okay,
died
so
and
possible
Yeah,
like
sorry, yeah.
the first time I actually heard of, I didn't know, I heard the name, it never registered, I didn't know what he looked like. It was when you say Tekashi, in one of his videos, I forget what song it is. I don't all his songs are have weird names, but he starts dancing and like throwing his foot left and right and stuff like that, and I heard that he had taken that move from somebody from New York,
Okay.
like, and he was mimicking and he was like mocking the move.
Oh.
So then when I saw this guy, and like I'll tell you what I saw the first time I saw Pop Smoke. Actually, I remember now. It was a YouTube it was a YouTube ad, okay, and it was him just performing one of his songs, and he was doing that dance.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who the hell is this guy? And then I found out he was the actual guy who. And then I went into his music, and I was like, okay, like this is crazy. And then I heard what happened, and I was like, oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It
What was the
sounds-
actual story? The home invasion?
Home invasion,
And it was
yeah.
like targeted to or
Apparently
some
it was
shit?
targeted,
Yeah, he was the only one shot, and like there was a bunch of people in there too.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah.
But
okay.
but see, I didn't know. So you're saying he's like gang involved?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I
didn't
mean,
know that.
he's from the streets, and he
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
hide it. You know,
Yeah.
he says it very much in his songs. You know.
Okay, yeah.
But you just never know, because like, you know, during that day he had posted, you know, with stacks of money, he had posted a video with his address on the video,
Oh,
you know, like
shit.
What
by
a
mistake,
6ix9ine
by
thing to
mistake,
do.
by mistake,
Oh,
by
okay,
mistake,
okay.
by mistake, you know.
Damn, man, what a mistake.
You know, so I'm just like,
Yeah.
could have been like they saw it, and it, you know, I don't know, and like I don't want to speculate or anything, but it's just like, as somebody that like I want to go out and bring some of what I could learn out there over here. You're like, I don't want to go out there. Let me just do it all over here. Let me just stay here and build it. You know,
So flexing too hard gets you. I guess. It's
that's
for
why. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm
Crazy. 20 years old's you, man.
20.
Yeah, man.
No 20.
To be honest with you, he looked like he was like 28, man. Like
Oh,
he
yeah.
looked like no, like
Been
he,
through it.
no, like he just he's a big
He's
dude.
just
You
a
know,
big
like
dude,
he
okay.
looked like a man. You know,
Yeah.
it's crazy. Good music. The vibe was crazy.
Yeah, I'm
Definitely my vibe.
Check it out.
Definitely my vibe.
Yeah.
Definitely my vibe.
I fucking Lil Yachty's getting old, man. Speaking of people looking old, man.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I saw a video earlier.
Yeah.
It was him and Gary Vee sitting there talking, and he I didn't know who it was at first, and because he doesn't have he used to
He doesn't have the red hair anymore.
Yeah, I was gonna say, was he the one with the red hair?
Yeah.
So but yeah, so he didn't have the red hair, and it was all like braided back kind of thing, like cornrows or whatever. And so I was like, "Fuck's this dude?" And he almost looked like, man, I thought it was Gucci Mane, and because he's just a little bit like kind of chubby in the face.
Yeah.
And so this fuck Gucci Mane, who's this guy? As soon as he like said 2 words, I was like, I think that's Lil Yachty. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I read the caption, it was like something Lil Yachty, right? I'm like, okay. But every time they showed him and he'd be talking and stuff, I'm like, man, like, he looks old, man. Like, it was just like,
He can't even be that old though,
maybe
right?
like a year or 2 ago, I watched a thing on Vice and it was him like talking about how he came up and shit, whatever. And like, he was sitting in his mom's house, like chilling, and his mom was like, basically, he was like real shy, like kid, and like she was fucking basically answering the questions and like whatever for him, you know.
Yeah.
But then now I see that and I'm like, holy fuck, man, I'm like, he looks old now. Anyways,
Wild.
I was like, where did that come from? It was because you're saying, yeah. Now I see.
People age, man.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, except for me.
I'm gonna
That's
be
what I was
young
gonna
forever.
say. Like, I'm pretty sure he was younger than me.
Who's that?
Yachty.
Yachty? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, like he's like I said, it was fucking. I feel like it was 2 years ago. I watched the thing. He looked like he was like 17. So
I'm pretty sure the red hair had a lot to do.
yeah,
with
that's it. Yeah. But yeah, you know what though? Did you know like that guy? Just side note, that did you know that guy like didn't like set out to be a rapper.
No?
He like got a whole bunch of like followers and stuff on Instagram and was like, what do I do now? Like, what do I do with this like following? And he was like,
SoundCloud.
I'm gonna try that rapping shit. Like, yeah.
Here I come.
Yeah, I guess what it was just he had like maybe no point to his like Instagram. It was just maybe memes or something or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's what it was. He was kind of
obviously
like, well,
doing
what
something
do
right,
I
Yes,
do? You know?
That's
Yeah.
smart.
So so he was just like, oh, I'm fucking rapping now.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
smart.
That was the song
That's
that made him
business.
pop off.
Like that broccoli song or whatever.
Broccoli song.
Was that him?
That wasn't even
Oh,
his.
that
It
was,
was
uh,
him, but it wasn't
that was
his song.
Ty Dolla Sign, or no, not Ty Dolla
It
Sign.
was
Future?
drum.
Oh yeah, baby drum or whatever.
Yeah.
What's the song he had too? Another one, Cash Machine or something, or it was the video was him driving around on like this fucking like I think it was like a little girl's bike, and he has this like the Supreme money gun, but it's painted pink, and he's like
Oh yeah,
driving down this nice neighborhood, just shooting money
I have
everywhere.
not seen this.
that's hilarious.
Oh shit! Yeah, what's his name? Yeah, Big Baby Drum or something, or just Baby Drum or something. I think he goes by Drum now, though.
That's a good move. There's too many
Yeah,
babies out
yeah.
there. Damn.
Oh, hey, wait. Actually, speaking of that, earlier we were talking about Lil Wayne. I have to say this: Wheezy F baby, and the F is for fucking.
Yes. Wheezy F baby.
The F's for a bunch of stuff.
You know what's crazy is I started listening to his old like mixtape stuff, even his old like album stuff, and I'm like, man, it was different.
I really liked his No
was-
Feelings mixtape when that came out.
Oh my
It really
God.
got me into Wheezy. That was around the Carter 3.
Yeah. See, I don't know. So like,
Maybe even the, well,
I think it was a little bit after Carter
the
3.
Carter 3.
So, like,
maybe even towards
I
Carter 4.
I caught Lil Wayne. I'm pretty sure just either like just before or right when Carter 2 came out, and my buddy showed him to me. And like so I was actually like kind of what do you call it, like I didn't really want to listen to new rap. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I didn't really like it, and I just never gave it a chance, right? So I was like, I want to listen to fucking Wu-Tang. I want to listen to like Mobb Deep. And like, you know, I want to listen to all this old school fucking rap and shit that I was just had listened to whenever I was younger. So my buddy, I met him in high school, and fucking we played football together, and we go for tours, and he'd just play his music all the time, and be like Wayne, Jeezy, fucking whatever, right? Just all kinds of like T.I. and shit, right? But then I'm going with this. Oh yeah, so then I get in his car and be like, man, I brought some CDs, like let's listen to some Wu-Tang or whatever, and he'd be like, all right, yeah, put it on.
Yeah.
2 songs later, he's like, nah, here you go, put something on. So I'd always be like, man, like, who's this guy? Like, what's this guy's name?
Okay.
And be like, oh, this is a T.I. song, right? I'm like, but that guy, this voice is from another song, you know? He's like, oh, that's Wheezy or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Lil Wayne, whatever. So then I would always think of Lil Wayne, like I'd be like, oh, that's the guy with the crazy voice, like whatever, right? So that's like Lil Wayne. But he would always put me on this shit, right? And it was right around the time of the Carter 2.
Okay.
So then shortly after the Carter 3, because there was a gap between the two, right? And shortly after Carter 3, he kind of like went crazy with mixtapes.
Mm.
And like, I just got tired of it. Because like a lot of them, like there was that one song,
Sorry for the wait.
I
for
Feel
it.
Like Dying. Just a bunch of like, you know what I mean? It was just weird. Some of it, and it would just be like very simple rhymes and shit. So I was like, oh fuck, like
Yeah.
whatever. But then he came back with something, maybe,
Carter 4, maybe.
Could be the No Ceilings
Maybe.
mixtape that you're
or
talking
maybe,
about.
yeah. But he came, yeah. But it was like, yeah. All of a sudden, it was like I was like, no, fuck him. And then all of a sudden, there's just one thing came out, and I was just like, whoa, fucking like the Wayne's back, you know.
Yeah.
It might even been him and the T-Wayne and T-Pain. You see that? It was T-Pain and Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Fucking. It might have been that or something. But either way, something came out
Shit.
that I was just
Was
like,
not
oh
expecting
yeah,
that.
like I'm right back to like Lil Wayne, you know.
Okay.
But yeah, there was just that, just I just because you're talking about like that mixtape era where you
Yeah.
put out a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah.
I just was like, stop. You
That's
know?
amazing because that's where I started. I was like,
Oh,
oh, shit.
yeah?
Left,
Oh,
right,
see-
left, right.
Oh yeah, I'd be like,
Shit
oh,
that.
here's mixtape with like 19 songs on it, and like it just not all of it. Like some of it was good and shit, but I just found it was kind of draining. It was that sometimes really basic stuff, and like
Yeah,
oh, like,
quantity over quality.
yeah, exactly, yeah. But at the same time too,
He set trends, man.
That's what I was gonna say. It's crazy that he
yeah.
started this. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's crazy.
Wheezy.
Yeah, my homie Leo got me hired on to Weezy.
Yeah.
Shout out to Leo, I know you're watching. Yeah, man, that No Ceilings mixtape, I don't know. He remixed a lot of other people's songs, right? Like there's DOA by Jay-Z's.
Oh, that's
was
good
on
too.
there.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
A whole bunch of others, man. Banned from TV, I know. But you know what about that? That was the
Banned
first
from TV. Yeah.
time I'd ever seen any artist do the video, like the vlogging, you know, like the day-to-day things. And it was when he made the No Ceilings mixtape. He did it all freestyle in the booth, smoking blunts.
Yeah.
And yeah, they videotaped it. He called it the Nino Brown story.
Yeah.
Is what it is. On YouTube, man.
Yo, that's
you ever see the
so sick, man.
you ever remember it's like Behind the Music or something? I think they had like Behind the Camera. But then they started like Behind the Music or vice versa.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, Behind the Music. Well, I hadn't seen it in fucking forever. And randomly I saw it on MTV or some shit. This would be like, fuck, I don't know. What are we, 2020?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm talking like, about like 15 years ago, like a long time ago. And I fucking throw it on. And it's, Behind the Music. It's Lil Wayne and shit. And so a lot of it was like him talking, telling stories and shit. But did you know that he fucking shot himself? And fucking, yeah, man. And like, I actually was sitting there and like, there's this like old white dude or whatever that was like the cop that saved him and shit. And I was like, oh man, I'm like, without this guy, like, we might not have had Lil Wayne, you know?
That's
but like,
facts.
he used to be like, it'd be like, he was like 11 or some shit. And he would be going and hanging out with, Birdman and his brother, and his mom, I guess, went to school with them and was like, knew they were bad shit or whatever, and was like, I don't want you hanging out with them, blah blah blah, whatever. So then like Birdman like made him go to school and shit, and like do his school and stuff and whatever, and like try to become like a good role model, so that like his mom would let him hang out with him because he saw that like
the talent.
this guy's gonna be crazy. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just like, man, like even too, like you don't like. You know, like if you don't know, you don't know. But it's just like, yeah, hearing that, it's like, man, like I didn't know that he fucking did that and like could have fucking died. And like even the cop was about to walk away whenever he shot himself or whatever. They like came because of the gunshots and he knocked on the door and no one came to the door and there was just rap music playing. So he figured it was just like gunshots and the rap music. And he went to walk away and he heard a noise inside the door and he looked and he saw Wayne sitting there. And he fucking got it because I guess he crawled out of the back room and came in and like knocked on the door or whatever, right? Yeah. And he just threw him in the fucking cop car and took him. He's like, it's okay, because the cop was like a cop that was always in that hood, and say his name was like Doug or whatever. Everyone there called him Uncle Doug. And so he's like, it's all good, like it's Uncle Doug, you know, like I got you and shit, right? Yeah, he shot himself right in the chest.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Anyways,
Shotgun, right?
I think it was a handgun because he grabbed it out of his mom's fucking
Okay,
shit.
good.
His mom used to fucking like go and like gamble and shit and like whatever, and so she like had a gun, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. He even says it in his song, not the shooting thing, but he says he's talking about his mom fucking going gambling and shit, and he's like. Something about I had all the like new toys and shit, and he's like, I had a 10-speed scooter and a skateboard.
Man, I need to go listen to old Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite tracks is like Go DJ.
Yeah,
off of, like, the first project.
Yeah,
you know? Holy shit, man.
Fireman.
Yo,
he's just man. I just think like he's just a fucking character, man. Like I remember, like. Fuck, I pretty much can almost say maybe that my dreadlocks were partially because of him, but I remember one time it was like, and I really love Orange, man, and it was some like the Grammys or something, whatever. Right? It was some awards thing, so he got called up and he was like, yeah, like fucking gold teeth and shit, right? And he's like, yeah, and he gets the thing, and he was wearing these like orange fucking like jeans or some shit.
Yeah,
he had the fucking wallet chain and the fucking his pants sagging and shit. And so he's like, yeah, whatever, says some shit, and he goes to walk away, and he was like, kind of like dances off the stage and shit. I was just like that's cool, man.
Right?
Like that guy is fucking cool, man. Like shit.
You don't give two shits.
Yeah.
I watched his like it was his like
where he was like, was it a deposition or not? Is it a deposition?
Yeah,
I guess
yeah.
fucking, like-
You know what, man? I watched that years ago, and I was like, yeah, I love this. And I watched it not long ago, and I was still like, I love this, but at the same time, I'm like, you are being petty. But it's just that, like, it also just
It's just his
okay,
attitude.
I think it's
you know what
petty.
mean?
I think
Just,
it's
like, the
petty,
way
and he had
is,
attitude.
like-
But at the same time, the things he said and the way he worded things were like smart or like intelligent. You know what I mean? Do you know the thing we're talking about? It's him sitting there, and it's just like it's a disposition or deposition.
Yeah,
Being questioned
like-
by
Yeah, it's like
detectives
it's like
or
before
whatever.
your trial or whatever.
Yeah.
They're like, so then they're fucking
An
questioning him on all
indictment?
this
Is that
shit.
is it? Is it an indictment?
No, fuck, I don't
no,
know.
that's just like in indictments, like a reason. To
Google
get
it.
arrested, basically.
Google it.
Short term.
Pretty sure it's
But
deposition.
so it was like so it's in front of a judge, and it's like I think it's like the prosecution or whatever, like
Yeah.
asking him questions and shit, right?
Prosecutor.
And so they're like, one of the things he says is
It
he's
is a deposition.
deposition, yeah, okay, yeah. And he's like just for an example, one of them is he goes, do you remember winning whatever award or whatever this year for this song or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I don't recall. And then they're like, well, isn't that something that you would remember? Winning that award on whatever?
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, it's something. And then he goes, isn't it something? Yeah, it's something. And he's like, ouch your ass. And like he's sitting in like some kind of like courtroom scenario and shit. So I mean like
he is a character all
like
the time.
he didn't need to say like out your ass, but at the same
it's definitely
time the
entertaining to
question
watch.
technically is like, isn't it something?
I'm pretty sure there's
And
a
it
highlight.
is something, or like there's a
highlights
one.
reel.
I watched like a whole like it's like fucking half an hour,
Shit.
40 minutes or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a highlights one that just shows the good parts. But like I said, I think it's like kind of funny and smart, like how he said certain things. But at the same time, he was being a douche.
Yeah.
But
That's what I mean by he's always a character.
exactly, yeah, exactly. I was just gonna say, but that's like how he is, I guess.
Because listen to him now. He's like, yes, officer. Yes.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like he says, yo, just be like, come on, man.
Man, you know, he always talks about Apple and Eagle. That's like I guess like the area he grew up in or whatever. And so I fucking did the Google Earth thing,
Yeah.
Apple and Eagle or whatever, and it's the ghetto, yeah.
I thought you were like, shit, there's his car.
No, yeah, exactly, yeah. There's just like a bunch of
having a
Honda
block party.
Civics, and then there's a Bugatti in the back. Yeah. But they actually have a big, what do you call it, Cash Money Bugatti
Shit.
or Young Money, whichever one is the first one.
Cash money.
Birdman bought it, yeah. But the thing is, he wrote it off as like a tax write-off, and he uses it for the business as like he rents it out. So you see it; it's a red Bugatti, and it has the Cash Money symbol or whatever on it, and you'll see it in like rap videos sometimes.
Yeah,
And it's because he's
people just
renting it
rent
out,
it.
right? It's like so that's his like
Yeah.
business purchase
Yeah.
is this fucking rentable car, right? But he's like
Yeah,
wheeling
it's
around
off
in
a
it.
couple years.
That's genius.
Yeah.
I need
Seriously.
that type of money.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Well, man, you remember the song $100 Million?
Yeah.
So apparently he wrote that song or recorded that song or whatever after he cashed a check for $100 million. And like,
I
so
heard this story.
yeah. And so like at the same time too, like somebody was like, man, like he's got $100 million. And I was like, wow. I'm like, when you own a business and you get paid for something, I was like, there's a lot of people that you have to pay for
Yeah.
shit, you know? So like, he's got to pay Wayne and shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know, he's got to pay all these
Don't.
people. Like,
Money
yeah.
don't.
No, yeah,
Like, I'm
exactly.
Birdman.
Shit, yeah. Did whatever
Fly
happened?
with your money. I'll fly with your money.
Whatever happened with that whole thing? He wouldn't let him release the album, but did he ever like? Because I remember there was a lawsuit for like $53 million or some shit.
He won.
He did win,
right?
yeah.
He released the album.
The
Yeah.
album came out. Yeah.
He got $53 million and released the album. No,
I don't know if he got all the money, but the album released for
but
sure.
yeah, I just remember there was like a thing he was suing him for $53 million because he was like, "That's the money I could have
Yeah.
made off the shit."
Mm.
Yeah, sorry for the wait. I remember, man. There's that one song. It's a remix of Coco.
Yeah,
And he's like, he pulls out all the stops there.
yeah.
Yeah, he's like, goes after fucking Birdman hard.
That's what you need, man.
Yeah, well, fuck. Especially after you fucking did that to him.
Damn right. Yo, you guys ever listen to Hobson?
Yeah, I sat beside him at breakfast, like not at the same table, but like where I was sitting, my buddy was sitting across from me, and he was sitting like right there, like back to back with my buddy.
Shit.
Yeah, and by the time I realized it was him, because I was like, man, they look so fucking familiar, and they were talking about performing and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think it's Hobson, but I didn't have data, and I couldn't get on the fucking what's it called,
Wi-Fi?
Cora at the Wi-Fi, or Wi-Fi at the Cora, and
Couldn't
so I text this girl, man. I'm like, dude, I'm sitting, like, I think it's Hobson, whatever. So she gets a picture and sends it to me. I'm like, oh, that's Hobson, and I stand up. And I look around, they're gone. I'm like, oh, and I look, and they're just walking out the door, and I'm like, oh shit! And everyone in the restaurant's now looking at me, and I'm like, I don't want to like run out after them now, you know. So I'm like, cool, yeah. I'm like, I'll just sit down and eat. Like, but at first, anyways, no, sorry, you go ahead, man. You go ahead. Sorry, man. Honestly,
So-
man, I got a story for fucking everything. So I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Do it, send it, man. Yeah, no, so he has this song, I forget what it's called. Damn, I forgot what it's called. But he's basically dissing his manager the whole time he's in court.
That's the L Mind 7.
L-Mind.
Okay, yeah.
That
Yo,
one's
that
dope.
type of track, that needed to be done, and he did it so well. I just love what Hobson does, man. When he
Yeah.
does it, he does it.
Man, he
so
can write.
well.
One of my favorite
Yeah.
songs is "Sag My Pants" or whatever. Yeah,
That's one. I think it's the first time I've ever heard from him. To be
Yeah?
honest with you, yeah,
so sick.
way back in the
Yeah,
day.
he spits mad bars.
Yeah.
Wild.
Smart
Haven't
dude though.
seen
He's
him
got
live yet.
to be a smart dude.
Oh,
you know
of
what I mean?
course.
Yeah.
Very intellectual.
Sorry, I said he's a smart dude, and then I was like, well, wait, I don't even know him, so I'm like, he's got to be a
He's
smart
young,
dude.
to be honest with
You know what? Actually, today I heard this. Kevin Gates said in a song. He says, "You might think this." Oh, I think he says, you're gonna think this is stupid, but I'm not human. I'm human-like."
Yeah.
Or something like that, and I was like, "Oh, cool!" Like,
He's an alien.
I was gonna say he went a different way than saying like, you know, I'm a Martian, you know, or whatever. Like,
You can't repeat what's already been said. Lil Wayne is the original Martian.
yeah, totally, man. Yeah.
He's got the look and everything. He's got this down.
What's this? What he said? Or no, I'm a beast.
Goon.
No.
Goon to a goblin.
Yeah, what's a goon to a goblin? Yeah.
Nothing.
I ain't
You
scared
can
of
do
nothing. He's got one line, man. Every time I think of Lil Wayne, I think of this line, and he says something about the, he says nylon, but he says it weird. Like he's like nylon. Oops, I meant nylon.
Oh, yeah. He says that. He does that a lot too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's just
Submit.
like you said. Just
I feel like that
character. He's
came
got
at the
stuff.
time when he was making music with the Eminem.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Oh,
Eminem does that a lot.
oh.
And that's when he came out with like,
It
was
might
Drop
even
the
been
World?
yeah, it might even
stuff
been
like
on that album
Yeah,
actually.
he was on. Wayne was on Forever.
Forever,
Right?
yeah. Oh, either that or the remix.
Yes,
He was on one of
yeah.
them though, for sure. Is that the one that
With Kanye West.
Kanye and Drake.
And
Yeah.
Rick Ross? Maybe he was on the remix.
Maybe.
Something about stadiums. Anyways.
Something about
Any motherfucking way.
I mean, I just get lost. Like
You in Dreamland.
Yeah.
I told you that's where we were going. I said that about the first one. Like fucking 14 in right now.
Oh shit! I just
That's how
gotta
we
say
roll
though,
over here.
sitting at breakfast with my buddy, and I'm looking past him, and he's like, keeps looking over. He's like, "What the fuck, man? Like, what are you looking at?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Man, like, I don't know. Like, that looks familiar." He's like, "Stop fucking looking over there, man." And at one point, he's just like, "Man," he's like,
Are you
"I'm
still
not."
on the Hobson story?
Yeah, I just went back to it because I was gonna say it, and but anyways, yeah, I'm like, he's like, yeah, man, he's like, I'm not helping you, man. He's like, you're fucking staring at these people, man. He's like, I'm not helping you if anything goes down. I'm like, it's fucking Hobson, man.
That would have been sick.
Sick.
Should have
Yeah.
thrown a potato at him. or
Yeah.
something.
Look
If
at
you-
me.
if you had
I was
the
gonna say,
white
he turns around, he's got the
contacts.
contacts. Yeah,
You would have known for sure.
yeah. Sick.
All right. Anyways,
You motherfucking wait. You know what? Actually,
How about that question?
yeah. Don't you have? I think he's got a whole new set of questions.
I
oh,
reckon the surprise.
Oh shit.
well, it's still surprise. I'm surprised.
Well, now, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's still a surprise for me.
No, it's all good.
It's the lightning round.
Hell yeah. All right. Let's just get into it then, yeah?
Let's do it.
Fucking off the deep end. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, this is all on you here, Heavy.
All right. If you could choose one skill to obtain, like in the Matrix when it's just programmed into you, what would it be?
I know kung fu. It's like the old fucking like
Right,
Keanu
yeah,
Reeves.
like, it could be
I know
anything.
kung fu.
But it's just one skill. On top of like your skills already.
Yeah, not that you don't already
I
have
wish
any.
to be me. I wish to be me. Man, okay.
It's a good answer though.
Wow.
Wish to be me.
Y'all don't know my capabilities yet. Say speed.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speed.
Yeah.
Like a
Yeah.
fast
Wow,
runner,
speed.
like
Yeah.
Just speed. Could do a lot with speed.
it's like
You could.
I thought. What was the question?
Fast.
What was the question
You
again?
could steal things.
It's what it's what's your what superpower would you choose or something? Is that
Is it
what
a
it is?
superpower?
No, it's any
So, okay,
skill.
what's
If you could
okay,
choose
Oh,
a
skill, sorry, yeah,
to
skill.
obtain.
From like the
So
Matrix
a skill
or
like,
something.
because you said the Matrix, so
Yeah,
I'm like,
no,
okay,
that's-
like
that's what
super-
Yeah, that's
Like,
there we go. Yeah,
I was
Matrix got me
using it as
thinking.
an example.
Okay, so what kind of
like
skill?
In the Matrix, when it's just programmed.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay,
So
you gotta
yeah,
refresh me on
okay.
the Matrix,
So
bro.
like all of a sudden I'm like,
I know how to roof now.
Yo, the only thing I remember about Matrix is like the inside the program part, like when
Yeah,
they're flying
okay.
and shit. Like you can't tell me that.
Okay.
Okay. Where
yeah,
it's
it's just-
implanted into me. Okay.
Yeah, any skill you could just learn it.
Like
right
a normal
there and
human
then.
skill.
Oh
Yeah,
my
any
God.
skill. Yeah,
I could be like
Um,
fucking like gymnastics or some shit like that.
that's a
Like,
perfect example. Or it
boom.
could be
and then I
it could be
win the
really-
Olympics. I don't know why I chose gymnastics. I used to do gymnastics when I was like fucking
Me too.
8.
Me too. Shout out to gymnastics.
Kept me flexible.
Oh shit.
You can rap, but you can't produce. It could be producing, for example, or like anything.
my skill would be learning things quickly.
Oh, that's a good one because that's
It's a skill that
Because then I
everybody
can do all the
yeah,
motherfucking
exactly. Yeah. What'd you say?
Killed
It's a skill at all the skills.
It's a skill that everyone can have. Like,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
like, anyone can be good at like acquiring knowledge
That's
quickly.
good.
You know, that's
'cause
something-
Then you're not focused on the one thing. You got a whole bunch of shit going on.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
All right.
Yeah.
If you could ask your future self any question, what would it be?
How does it feel?
Wait, ask what?
Future self.
Your future
Oh,
self.
future self.
like
Nice.
2050 or
Nice.
something,
Okay, yeah.
How's LA?
That's good.
We're gonna keep this for future reference.
Yeah, seriously.
I meant like LA and Ottawa is what I
No,
meant.
that's what I figured.
Let's get
Yeah.
back to the start of the episode.
Yeah.
All right.
Yo, that's gonna be segmented. Context.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much money per month would it take for you to give up your phone?
Not as much as you think, to be honest. Honestly,
Enough to pay my bills.
yo, that's 100. Like, let me tell you something. Enough to pay my. Cause like I look at it as how your music career would go, right? You need a manager for this, a person for that, a person for this. If I can't have my phone, how am I gonna live? I need somebody to go get my to communicate with
You need a
people.
personal assistant, a
as long
manager.
as I got enough money to support those people and myself, you can have my phone. Like I don't need it.
There you go.
Like I'll be honest with you, like this is something that like from day one I've said it and I stay true. If it wasn't for my artist side, I wouldn't even have social media.
I'd probably agree
Like
with that. I don't
this,
really-
like my artist
So-
side is my social media. I feel like with Dreamland and everything, like what I want to create, like I'm gonna create my own social network, my own social whatever. So I don't need those social media sites, like whatever that are created already.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna build that shit from the ground up.
Building it.
It's gonna start
Native
from here.
comes.
That's not like
Strong,
this is
true
the LA of Canada. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
fucking-
Like,
I love that idea.
you gonna be smoking these papers.
Oh, yo, wait. I gotta show you this real quick. I forgot about these.
Yo, get out.
I forgot about those, and then I went to roll one and it popped out.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
$100 bill papers. Sorry, man.
Oh,
It's
no,
gonna
no.
happen.
All right, so you find a book and you begin to read it and discover it's about you. You get to the very point you're at now. Do you continue to keep reading, knowing what your future will hold?
Oh
within the
my
book?
God.
You mean like, okay, so right now I find, like right now
Like, right
I
now,
open a book
Yeah.
and I can know my future is what you're saying.
Basically,
Yeah.
you start reading it, you find out, oh, this is about my life. You get to the point you're reading the book.
Yeah.
Right? Do you continue on to the next chapter to find out what's next? Or do you close the
Oh
book?
shit.
Yeah. Oh, I read on.
You read on?
I read on.
Okay.
Yeah, it'd be like.
Hey,
it'd
you
be
know what
fucked up
though?
to know your future though.
But here's the thing. You know what though? Now that I think about it, I was thinking like, oh, I wouldn't want to know because like, you like, it's part of life is the wonder, right? But then the other thing too is that I wouldn't want to know, like, even though like if it was like positive and everything, I still wouldn't want to know because then it would just be like you're going through the motions of already knowing what you're doing. But then now that like once you said that, now that I think about it, at the same time, you could see where you went wrong and go next time. Oh my God. What, man? Oh my God, wait. Oh my God, this actually ties into something that Gary Vee said today, okay? And you might have to help me to get back to it.
Here we go. This is one of the never-ending tales of Styles of
Okay,
Rock.
wait. What was I saying though? No, seriously. Oh man, what did he say?
Get out of here. Okay, what were we saying?
Shit.
Oh, whatever. But man, honestly, seriously, that was gonna be so sick.
We got to bring you back into it. What were we talking about?
So about knowing your future.
Yes, knowing your
Yeah, knowing your future. Okay.
Yeah.
So he was talking. This girl was talking to him, asking him about going to college and shit. Right? She was like, "So I think like," he's like, "What's your plan?" He's like, She's like, "I'm gonna go." And like I have this like business plan. She's like, so I'm gonna go to school or college and university for whatever, and I'm gonna start this business and whatever, right? And she's like, so like, I think I have like enough knowledge, and then also like I'm gonna hire somebody that has the actual knowledge, and I just have like the money and stuff and whatever, and I'm gonna make a business, or I can fucking go to school or whatever, right? And he's like, everyone's always like worried about like what decision to make, right? But he's like, he's like, I'm gonna tell you right now. He's like, cut her off and everything. He's like, I'm gonna tell you right now. He's like, no matter what, you'll never know
the opposite.
the other. Yeah, you'll never know what the other decision would be, right?
Yeah.
And so that being said, if you did know and you were like, oh shit, that didn't work out for me, or like that thing didn't work out for me, you know what I mean?
That's
like,
legit what I was gonna answer.
yeah. And so then it would be like, oh my God, like. I'll just do the other thing this time, right? And even if that doesn't work out, now you know what both options took you or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Wow, that tied into something I watched today. That's fucked.
That's
Cool,
crazy.
man. That's really cool.
That's crazy.
Thanks for coming on that adventure, guys.
Yeah.
We got there eventually.
And thanks for helping me get there. Sorry, I also feel like I totally just like
That's
fucking
what these
interjected.
questions are for, man.
Exactly.
Let's get it.
Yeah. Okay, so if you were to lose one of your five senses, what would it be and why?
Oh man. Oh, you playing with me right now. Oh man.
Right?
Okay, I'm
It's
gonna
like
say
process of
is
elimination, right?
is
Like-
feeling a sense?
yeah,
Mhm.
touch,
Yeah,
touch,
touch is a
taste,
sense.
Touch.
sight,
Yeah.
smell.
100%.
But then
And-
Let me tell you why.
then
Yeah,
sex.
that
What
one.
about sex?
Hold up.
Okay, all right.
Let me tell you why.
Let me
Let me
hear
tell you why. Because
Yeah.
I've taken many edibles in my life, and I've been numb as fuck, and I'm chill, and those have been some of the best nights. You know what I mean? It's like-
Yo, actually, yeah.
it all plays out in my head. You know.
That's actually a good answer.
So if I'm gonna
Yeah,
lose
like-
some, I'm like I've lost it a couple times.
yeah, there you go.
Shit, can I change my answer?
Well, I always said taste, right? Or like it was smell.
I was gonna go with smell,
We went with smell.
and then
on
I
some,
realized that you would lose your taste with the smell. But the
That's
other
right.
thing is, now that I think about it, I fucking smell everything, man. like
man,
all the time, and I
smell
never
good
noticed
weed
it.
is like-
Well, exactly. Yeah,
I
and I
actually-
never
I
noticed
actually
it. But
noticed-
my one buddy goes, "Did you just smell that?" I'm like, yeah. He's like, you smell everything.
Yeah.
It's like literally like I'll put my hand in something, and be like, ew.
dude.
And so for no fucking reason.
I
like-
noticed I'm actually so when I'm like editing these videos, right? You're doing like and I noticed it mostly on the how-to blog or vlogs that we were doing, like your
Yeah.
and like you just like every few minutes you would grab something and you would like smell it, like you would like break up the weed and then you'd smell the buster.
Yeah,
and then, like,
I was just gonna say I would.
yeah, and then like you grab like the bag or like the papers or like something, and it's just like you like I don't know.
That's hilarious.
You like to smell things, I guess. It was just something I noticed in my own head. Then it's funny that you mentioned it right now.
Oh
That's what you
shit.
got through editing how to or vlog videos.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Shit, yeah. Okay, so touch, right on. That's hilarious.
Yeah, sorry.
No. All right. So, if there is such thing as a leader of the world, who would you choose to lead and why?
Oh my god.
Say me.
Me, yeah.
Myself? Like, what are you saying? I would choose myself.
Nice.
That's a good answer.
You want to run the world?
Not necessarily. I just don't want nobody to run me, so I'll say myself.
I get that. I get
Good
it.
answer.
I just want the money.
for sure. Yeah.
Because I know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what other people will do, and I know what I'm gonna do. And
And it's like
that's
so
so.
is this
If I'm
question
gonna,
like if you're gonna
why
pick
would I put
anybody?
somebody else?
Like let's say for argument's sake, if you could pick anybody besides yourself,
Okay.
and like is this like
me.
say dead or alive?
Yeah,
Is this like dead or alive kind of thing? Like pick anyone dead or alive other than yourself to run like to run the world. Like
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be honest with you. I don't think anybody should ever run the world.
that's true, and that is also I agree with
Do I
that.
have to choose one? If I
So
have to
it'd
choose,
be
okay.
like Tommy John.
Nostradamus.
I'm gonna pick him because.
Stop for president.
But let me tell you something. It's like Russian roulette at this point.
Yeah.
So,
Fucking.
There you go,
There's
Styles.
no good candidate.
We vote for you.
Fucking right. I'll actually be getting all my advice from Hevve.
yeah.
He'll be the guy like write my speeches.
And then I rule
give me all the- Yeah, exactly.
By
Yeah.
proxy.
Either way, I win.
And I only say that because I don't know what to do. So, and you seem like you had like the idea, you know. So
Isn't this how fucking the leaders already are?
that's totally. Yeah. He would just be like the silent
That's what I'm
partner
saying. That's what I'm saying.
with
Just
all
have
to say.
better intentions. That's all.
Oh shit.
Oh, man.
Sorry. Let's get it. Is that it?
No, we
That's
got
a-
one more. All right. Would you rather be able to eat whatever you want at any time, but you have the starving, sick feeling in your stomach constantly, or you never have to eat again, but you're on the verge of crapping yourself 24/7?
Yo, I was not expecting that at the end. Yo, say that again.
Right, so basically,
I was about to say that one.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that. Okay,
so
so
the last one, yeah.
sorry, you gotta
From the
restart
top.
it. Yeah,
from the top,
Oh, my
right?
bad,
Basically,
man.
would you rather eat whatever you want anytime, but you have that starving, sick feeling in your stomach that you can never get rid of,
Yeah.
no matter how much you eat, or you never have to eat again, but you always have that feeling that you're gonna crap yourself.
Both situations pretty much suck, right?
That's about the
I mean, I like food. Food is good, right?
Yo, fuck food. I'm not trying to feel like I'm shitting myself. Oh man.
That's crazy.
The first one?
Yeah, okay. Eat whatever you want. but
Yeah.
You can't crush that hunger pain.
Yeah, yo, imagine just imagine just crushing a Krispy Kreme box right now.
Yeah.
But no matter what, you'd be like starving though. Like even after.
Then I'd have more Krispy Kremes.
Just never stop eating.
Actually,
You'd be broke as fuck.
donuts have fucking like a lot of shit like that has like high glucose and fructose corn syrups in them,
Yeah.
and apparently that shit affects your brain like in the point or in the way that like you eat them, and like your stomach's like, yeah, that was good, like I'm done, I'm full, but then like your brain is like, no,
No, I need some of this.
We're hungry, you know? Yeah. So then you like keep eating shit.
Sounds like McDonald's.
And well, my buddy told me this because I'd always fucking every day on the way to work, we'd stop in Canada and I'd fucking get this like Danish thing and I'd eat that shit. And every time I did that, it was like by 10 o'clock, I was like starving.
Mm.
But if I didn't do that at lunch, I was like kind of hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was like, so it was like, I was like, holy shit.
It's like an appetizer.
It's, yeah. But yeah, I guess fucking maybe he's right.
Also, like, and this is like when I was doing the ketosis thing, like
Yeah.
I was doing intermittent fasting. Like, like as soon as you eat or whatever, put anything in your body in the morning, your digestive system, like,
It starts,
It
yeah,
starts,
true,
right?
true.
and then it lasts like 10-12 hours max.
Yeah.
So like,
But I was like eating breakfast too.
okay,
like,
you eat
before I
breakfast.
left.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so I'd eat. Well, I mean, like I'd eat like some toast or something. or
Yeah,
whatever.
as long
But
as
yeah, I'd
anything,
leave,
anything.
and then yeah, so like I said, like all the time, pretty much all the time, I'd be eating something before I left the house. But if I eat that fucking Danish and the meat stick or whatever on the way to work, it was like 10:30. I'm like, man, I'm fucking hungry. Man.
Yeah.
yeah.
But that
Man,
is.
now I want some donuts.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. You're rolling another fucking joint too.
Crispy
I'm like, oh
Kreme?
my god.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, no, like I do that.
It's just force of habit.
Beer,
You're just
though.
like,
You want
Get
one?
the pasties, yes, please.
Yeah. Sorry, man.
No, it's all good. It's all
Yeah, I feel
good.
bad I didn't even-
I'm like, yo, I'm gonna have the pasties with this.
Yeah. Hell
Let's
yeah.
get some Ronas.
So, pizza
Appreciate it, man.
or tacos?
There you go.
Cheers,
Oh.
cheers.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers,
Cheers,
cheers.
boys.
wow, that Pete, but cheers.
Nice and cold too. Shout out to the fridge for keeping them cold.
Yeah.
It's always good to have a little
yeah.
beer fridge, Andy.
Pizza or tacos?
Pizza or tacos?
Pizza or tacos?
Oh, pizza tacos.
Pizza
Like-
Oh! Actually, you know what? The pizzeria in Renfrew has a Mexican pizza, it's called, I think. And it's like a nacho grande almost like on pizza. It's pretty
Damn, that's crazy.
good. Like I said, man, I got a fucking story for everything.
yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's dope.
So, would you rather-
Pizza. Sorry, I didn't answer pizza.
Yeah.
Oh, pizza, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Would you rather take a plane or take a train?
It depends what the purpose is.
yeah, I was gonna say where you going?
Well, would I rather take a train? Yes.
Yeah, how would you rather travel?
would I rather, like, it depends where I'm going. Like,
You don't like flying?
like there's nowhere that I would want to go in a train that I would not rather go in a plane, but I'd rather be in a train. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
So my
Plane is
answer's
like
gonna
train
be
from
my
the
answer's
sky.
gonna be plane.
Okay. Yeah, that was great. Shit. Okay. Powerade or Gatorade?
Oh.
It also depends. Gatorade.
Yeah, I'm all over the map on that one.
Like if I'm mixing it with like some, because you were talking about mixing Gatorade with some earlier, I'd rather mix with Powerade. I feel like it's sweeter.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, yeah.
for sure. I agree with that.
But Gatorade is definitely like, especially if I'm like, bro, I love playing tennis. Tennis is like my favorite.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You gotta hook me up with some
man.
Gatorade when I play
Yeah.
tennis. 'Cause it's hot. It's hot as shit out there.
Shit, man. We didn't even get into that. Shit.
Yeah, tennis
Yeah,
is your
man.
sport. Right on.
Oh, I got many sports. I played many sports.
If I have to.
Tattoos or piercings?
Tattoos.
Hey, boobs or booty?
Okay, what are we talking about? On girls?
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
tattoos.
yeah.
Is that what I said? Tattoos?
Tattoos,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I said that like boobs or booty. That should be pretty obvious, shouldn't it?
Yeah. I just went into the next one.
Boobs and booty?
Yeah, that's funny.
Booty.
Girls.
Yeah, booty.
Oh, let me tell you about booty.
Booty.
Okay. Would you rather be stuck in deep sea or outer space? Like, I mean, I guess realistically, you're not going to be in deep sea without, you know, a suit or whatever. You're not going to last long. So just like out in the middle of the ocean, we'll say, open water or open space.
Man. Space. might as well go somewhere nobody's ever been
right.
while I send it. You know?
Yeah.
Just I'm out in space with my deuces up.
I mean, if you think about it, both would be probably very similar situations.
Yo,
If you really think about it, because if you're like deep sea, even if you're in like some sort of fucking thing, like it's gonna be pitch black, right?
Yeah.
It's the same. Like if you're out in deep space, you're like the distances between things. Like it's gonna. So no matter your situation,
death in sea is gonna be worse than space.
Oh yeah, I guess. Well,
Definitely.
maybe.
Space would be instant. And the water, man, it could be like some nasty storm.
I'm just picturing myself in like
hours, some shit, you know, nasty waves,
a little
just taking you down.
little ship, you know, like a little pod floating around in the middle of space or like in the middle of the ocean.
But hey, man, if you want to be realistic, you're more likely to get saved in the ocean than space.
That's true.
yo, the way I saw it is either way you going. That's why I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going somewhere where nobody's been, you know?
I've
Like,
always
send me.
I want to go to space. I hope I live to the day where like commercial space travel
I
is
think
like a
we
thing.
might.
Well, is there not? I'm pretty sure
it's-
there is a thing that
If
you
you've
can.
got like
it's-
millions of dollars.
No man,
It's not like
I literally just saw this like recently on TV, and they were talking about it. And I want to say they said like 60 grand or maybe 80 grand. It was like reasonable, and it was like, I mean, you fly to space and come back. Like it's not like you're going to the moon and hanging out, but you like go out and like come back. But yeah, there was some. It was.
Mars is what you're talking about, right? Like when you can go.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
even
yeah.
just like
No.
even just to orbit the planet once or
Okay,
something.
yeah.
You know what I
So
mean?
it's the
Like if
same
that's a
thing,
thing, like
Yeah. But yeah, I
Yeah.
swear, yeah, I just saw it on some.
Speaking
shit,
of
but-
doing crazy shit like that, okay? I don't remember what, 2012 or something like that. I went to, so I'm a huge, and people don't
You went to
know
space?
No.
Okay.
But some crazy almost, especially with what's happening right now in the news about it. So like since 2001, I've been a huge NASCAR fan.
Nice.
man.
Oh, shit.
First
Yeah.
race that I watched was the Earnhardt's race, like the one that he passed
Oh,
away in.
Your crash, yeah.
And like what happened just now in the Daytona 500
That
when I
was
was
a
watching it,
crazy
I was
wreck,
like,
man,
that
Ryan
gave me
Newman.
the same vibes, you know. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh man.
It was a bad
He
one.
walked. He's like walking or some shit now.
Now he walked
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, he walked out. I was like,
Yeah.
"What's going on? Like, just tell us he's not like crippled or something
right.
like that.
Yeah,
you don't need to
totally.
tell us like he broke a bone or whatever."
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
from what he told us from what they told us to see him walk out, I'm just like, this is very like I was thinking the worst, and
No,
like I just see
totally,
this guy
man.
walk out
You
holding his
saw that
daughters,
crash, then you see like Dale's crash.
right?
Dale's crash looked like, you know, he should have been fine, but he wouldn't wear the safety.
Nah, that wasn't the
Yeah.
same.
I didn't
At
actually
the
even
time.
see the crash. It was playing. I don't know where it was, but it was playing somewhere, and I just like sort of saw it or whatever.
Yeah,
Did I show you the pictures and shit? So one of my buddies, his parents
we're just there.
were
remember?
at the
Oh,
I almost said at the game. They're at the race.
Let's turn it
And-
into a game.
and he was sitting at home watching it on TV, so he took a picture and sent it to them, and then he sent me like a video of his parents sitting there being like, "Hey, what's up?"
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
fucking race cars going by and shit. I was like, "Yeah, that's so
crazy.
sick, man." They got to go down and write their name on the start finish line.
Really?
Yeah.
So they were
and-
there for like that.
Yeah, and
all
he got
that.
to go for a
Yeah.
tour
Crazy.
in the car and shit. Like he didn't drive it, but he went for a tour.
So
and shit.
this is where I'm getting at. So in
Okay,
2012,
sorry, yeah,
no,
okay,
no, it's
sorry.
all good because I love
I
it
was
because
gonna
it's
get
like
him back.
you guys know what NASCAR is. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh yeah.
Not many people do.
Yeah.
You know,
True.
so 2012, I went to a race in Charlotte and I drove a car.
No way.
I drove a car on the
No
track. Like,
way.
it was crazy. So the first car I went into, I was one of the last guys to go on. So most of the cars were taken.
That's
And I get into my car, they start it, and like they had buckled me in and everything, and the engine blows as soon as they started. Yo,
What?
smoke, everything. I was like, yo, I'm dying in here. They're like, get out. And I'm like, yo, this is not what I do. Like, you get me out.
Yeah.
What are you saying? Like, I watch y'all from a couch. Like, this is not what I do.
Yeah.
Like, so they get me out and everything, and they're like, all right, like you can't drive this car, it's finished. I'm like, all right. So the cars that everybody was driving were like older models, and like they were
yeah.
like the engines were lowered. and
Yeah,
everything.
Yeah.
So he points behind me. He's like, "You're gonna take that car." And
Mm.
I had just seen my mom go around the track in that car,
Oh yeah.
and it was a fully
Yeah.
fully powered of the day car, you
Oh,
know.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a driver that would drive them, you know.
Crazy.
So I saw them going like 190 miles an hour around the track, and they're like, "No, you're gonna drive that car." And I was like,
Okay.
"Okay,
Yeah.
let's do it."
That's
So like, I
crazy.
went around the track. They cap you off at a certain speed, but still 150 miles an hour, man, around that track. And like, I'll tell you something.
Fast.
I had a simulator at my house, like a
Yeah.
racing simulator, and it felt the same.
Yeah.
Felt the same. It was
That's
crazy. I
cool.
wasn't ready for the G-force, but it was.
Yeah,
It was
true,
a crazy experience. I almost passed out going into
Yeah.
the first turn because like
Thanks,
you're just
man.
not you're not expecting that.
Yeah,
It just punches you right
No
in the
doubt,
face,
no
you know.
doubt.
It's,
I bet.
but
crazy.
it was an
Crazy,
experience. So
man.
yeah,
That'd be
no,
so
like,
sick.
Yeah,
it was crazy. It was
that'd be an
crazy.
experience. Yeah, shit, man. I've been into the NASCAR since I was a young one, and
Hey.
I'm into F1 as well.
Hey,
man,
me too.
Formula 1.
Anything racing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
sick.
I love motors and wheels.
Yeah,
Hey,
for sure,
that's
man.
crazy.
Go on all day about it.
Oh, we'll talk, man. We'll talk
Yeah,
definitely. Because like
totally.
anything motorsports, man.
That's
IndyCar doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
There'll be a round two. There'll be a round
Oh,
two
yeah,
for sure.
fuck yeah. I was actually just
We'll
thinking.
do
that.
it. We'll do a sports only.
Hey,
Yeah.
We'll get Sarson involved.
True that,
Pretty
yeah.
good one.
What's your favorite color, man?
Red.
Red, nice.
Well, I got red and
What?
gold. They're pretty close.
Red and gold?
Red and gold.
I don't know if we have the gold. but
might have. I think I might have given my only gold one away.
we do have a red. I don't know if we have the gold,
Oh,
but
you know what? Hey, I got this. I appreciate it, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, no gold one.
no gold
Unfortunately.
ones. No. Oh well. Next time. Legit. Next time.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Fucking stoked for round two.
Yeah.
Well,
Thanks for coming through for round
Yeah.
one.
Time.
You guys are
Um,
amazing.
Yeah, man. No, thanks for
I'm
coming
like,
out.
we done? Like, we just getting started.
Yeah.
And then it's
Yeah.
been close to 2 hours already, yo. So
Oh,
That's
shit.
crazy.
Getting it.
No, man, it's been crazy. It's been a
for sure.
blessing.
Fucking shout out to the Fire OG from Green Grass Oasis. Oh shit.
Kept us going.
That's what's up.
kept me going. Almost put me to sleep now though.
Gang, gang.
You
Got
can
that
find-
flavor.
That's right. Find Hevve at all of his socials at Hevve.
Yeah, tell them where they can find you.
HEVVE. HEVVE. Dreamlandstudios.ca is the website. If you're looking for any recording, any mastering, anything audio, anything visual, you know who to call. Papa Quest. Dreamland.
Yeah,
That's
fucking
what's
right.
up.
Yeah, actually, and just reach out to these guys if you have any fucking talent to show, anything. Fucking, because they're all about that networking game.
That's right, man. Let's bring Ottawa together.
Yeah, same with us, actually, man. Hit us up too. Yeah,
That's what's
fuck.
up.
4gaudiopodcast.com. Gang, gang. Thanks for coming through, man.
You guys are amazing, man.
Yeah, man.
Fucking right.
Until the
Blessing.
next one.
All right.
Definitely gonna come back.
Peace out, everybody.
Peace out, ciao.
Much love.